what life is like under martial law. The north is the stronghold of the poor rural masses known as the red shirts, who unconditionally almost support the ousted Prime Minister Thaksin Shinwawatra. Now the movement's local leaders are being hunted and detained by the military. Cyril Payen reports.
For a week now, Thailand has been under lockdown. The army has seized full control of the country. We are 800 kilometres north of Bangkok in the red shirt heartland. Anger against last week's coup can be felt more strongly here than anywhere else.
These soldiers, they have their orders, even if they think like us. The problem is that it can go on like this. Tourists will disappear. But here we're not afraid, and we all know very well what the new leaders are up to.
Protect democracy.
But you know that you go in jail for that.
I don't care. Soon we'll stand up and fight for our freedom.
So if you see people meeting, you have to arrest them, or is it what are your instructions?
My orders are not to answer. Sorry, no politics.
You feel bad about the people being angry?
To be honest, I do mind. We are not very comfortable in this situation.
Not 3 months ago, we were here in northern Thailand, a region fiercely loyal to political leaders Thaksin Shinwawatra and his sister Yingluck. Both prime ministers and both overthrown by the military 8 years apart. But everything here has changed. The military is undertaking a sweeping purge of its opponents. A key leader of the opposition red shirt movement, activist Mahawan Gawan, has been on the run for a week. Half DJ, half guerrilla, he ran one of the 3,000 community radio stations since shut down by the new regime. But we still managed to get in contact with him by phone, briefly.
The situation is explosive because we clearly know what side the generals are on.
But is there any way we can meet you, Mahawan?
Impossible, too dangerous.
More than 250 people have been arrested by the military junta since the imposition of martial law, and untold others are in hiding or have simply vanished. We go in search of famous professor in Chiang Mai, whom we met when we were last here in February.
We are very worried. We don't know where he is. We've had no news for a week and there's nothing we can do.
Internationally recognized intellectual Professor Thanet was in the crosshairs of the establishment and could no longer count the number of enemies he had.
I think the only way for Thailand is civil war. Civil war, the armed fighting between the aristocratic forces and democratic forces. And two, that will be done maybe violently or by democratic means, separation of the country.
Unreachable and missing since the coup, one of his neighbours is able to shed some light on his whereabouts.
Well, you know, Professor Thanet has fled.
He fled? You know why he fled? Or when is the last time you see him?
Everyone here knows why he left.
We return to Suan Muang, a red village in the middle of paddy fields. Here, Yingluck, and especially her brother Thaksin, are seen as heroes, champions of the rural majority. For generations, people here have farmed the land, but politics is now also an integral part of daily life.
The longer martial law lasts, the stronger the military grips on the country will become. But also the stronger our will to resist will grow in our heart and spirit. They can't cut out us from the world like this indefinitely. They want us to kowtow and be silent, but we'll never be. Our future now depends on our leaders. Without orders or without organization, it's difficult for us to do anything.
The local red shirt leader here hasn't fled. His name hasn't yet appeared among the hundreds on the junta's summons lists, but the regime's pressure is being felt here.
The soldier came this morning. They ordered me to remove all the red flags, our posters and photos. The only thing that can save us now are new elections.
And do you think this is the plan of Mr. Prayut to make some elections?
Well, it doesn't seem likely. We'll see.
This military camp on the outskirts of Chiang Mai is one of several that have been turned into makeshift detention centres for victims of the military's purge. The regional secretary-general of the Red Shirts has been held here for 5 days now.
No one's allowed in, not even family's member.
We still managed to make contact, though, from prison. This is the first contact with a member of the movement while still in detention.
We've been treated well, but they ask us questions about our intentions. But I'm very clear with them. I told them I'll never give up. I won't surrender my cause.
For the 12th time in 80 years, the military has seized power in Thailand. But for millions of rural residents, it's one coup too many.
Watching Francois Katz live from Paris. Time now for web news and the latest that's trending online.